Hey guys, this is Christine from Sugar Pepper Press, and today I have for you story pockets. So this is a new item I'm going to have in the store, and I will have some different sets available at some point, but I want to show you how to put it together because it'll be the same for all the sets, no matter the theme. They'll be, pretty much the construction of it will be the same. So story pockets are a accordion file folder with file folders, so accordion file holder, I guess, with file folders and inserts that go inside. And this is the Tiny Roars Nursery, where you will get to explore the story of adopting 3 little dragons, baby dragons. So this is Petal, Flicker, and Drift, and they are absolutely adorable. And I have some different pieces for you. So I'll go through and show you the pieces. I've already scored them. I haven't burnished them, but I have inked the edges, which is optional. It is not required. I do put those on when I design the product. Went a little overboard on that one. Let's see if we can work that out. Anyway, okay. So we have this is the outside cover to your file folder accordion. And as I go through, I'll show you, I'll burnish them. Then you have the pieces that are going to put your accordion file folder together. Then you have your file folders, and there are 3 of them that fit in here. And then you have your, and these will go actually on the outside. Then you have your inserts. These will go on the inside of your file folder. And hold on just a second. And then we have the adoption certificates for each of them. And then we have some little baby eggs showing them as babies. And then I have a bunch of fussy cuts here for you of all different dragons, some word art, and some family photos. So I created these. I'm trying to stay in frame. It is not easy when you're a hand talker. So we'll talk about those in a minute. So I'm trying this center stage thing to see if it helps things stay in focus better, but we'll see how it works. So the first thing you're going to do is take your accordion file folder cover, and you can see it has a little stamp here of the Tiny Roars Nursery, and I created a fussy cut for you that you could put on top of that if you wanted a more 3D look, which would be cool with like a little pop of foam tape for that. So you have the 2 pieces also on, these are the insides that you're going to hook these together. So these have a small line here in the middle, and we are just folding the tabs in and then folding at the line, okay? And this is printed on, so it's marked on Amazon, I think it's marked 65-pound cardstock. I believe it's somewhere between 176 GSM and 199. I prefer 199, but I'm always trying out different papers. So it's one of those. It is not a heavyweight cardstock. It is more of like a medium weight, but goes through my printer easily. I have an Epson 3830 for my printer. So let's put this together. So we're going to take our tabs here. I'm using 2 glues. One of the glues is this Barely Art Precision Craft Glue, which I really do like. It has a fine point tip and it comes out really smooth, but this little sucker does get clogged up if you don't put the lid back and replace the lid. I am not good about that. I'm looking into a different one that my mom told me about. She uses for card making, and it has like a little stopper that goes in the top. So all we're going to do is glue these tabs right here. You want to fold this as you go, just to make sure everything closes properly. It is, of course, designed to do so perfectly, and I have trialed it before showing this video, but you want to do so on your end as well. So see, like that, I pushed that too far to the bottom. So we're gonna lift that up and move it. This goes right below the curve, right between these, the edge here and this curve. So you wanna make sure that your file folder will close. So I'm gonna stick both sides of that down. My decorative edge is to the outside because that's what you're gonna see. So putting that on there. I am not gonna sweat it about this video as far as like chatting and talking to you, because that is just who I am. And I figure it's a lot easier to try to edit a video of me being who I am instead of me editing a video of who I see on YouTube and like to be. So just another level of kind of accepting where you are. So we're just gluing these tabs down right here. This is a super simple project that anybody could do. Kids, grandkids could do this very easily. I'm just closing that on those glued tabs now. I'm gonna hold that for a second. This glue is great because it does dry very quickly, but it gives you a little bit of room to move things if you do it very quickly. So that is what your Tiny Wars Nursery file folder, accordion file folder, will look like when that part is completed. Then I am just taking these. Now this is decorative on the inside, and then I provide a backing paper for you to use. You can do either one. My thought was putting like this file folder paper on the outside so that you see the names right here on the top. And so that's how I created it. But of course, if you want to do something different and flip this around, you could do it like that, and you could just write Drift or their names on there, and you could do it like that. It's up to you. But I'm going to create them so that they fold this way and go inside. So you have 3 here. You have Flicker, Drift, and Petal, and they live right now at the Tiny Wars Nursery, where all the little baby dragons are born. Well, some of them. And they were received as eggs at the nursery, and then it's your chance to adopt them. So we're gonna start with Drift, and this is just such a great design, I think, because it gives you space to put extra things, which is why I included so many great things for you to put inside. So I'm just gonna burnish these. I'm burnishing these tabs down really well so that they fold flat and everything stays neat and tidy. Unlike my craft area, by the way. And these are just gonna glue right down here. Now again, you are gonna wanna fold this as you're gluing to make sure everything glues properly, because this is supposed to be a small type project. There's not a spine built in, and because it's accordion fold, it folds up kind of on itself. So I'm just gonna put here in the middle. Again, it's precision, like it's made to fit exactly like that, and you'll see. So it doesn't, because you're closing it while you're folding it and gluing it, it doesn't lay flat when you open it, but these are just to be holders, so that doesn't need to lay flat anyway. It's not like it's a book. You're not reading it like a book, but it folds up there. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing for Petal. Burnishing this way with the tabs going in. And then I'm gonna fold in half and burnish here. And they are going, it's gonna lay right there. So I'm going to apply my glue. You can use whatever you want. That's the Barely Art, and then this is the Yoo-Hoo stick, which I use for like things that I'm going to put down like a lot, or it's just going to be more of a flat project. Putting this here. This would be a great little end of this summer project. Oh, maybe I should make one for back to school. That would be fun. So I'm just thinking of all the ways that I can use this. Oh, I am like all over the place here. That I'm probably going to have to put some more glue down. These little binder clips are super handy if you want to hold stuff together. So there's Petal, and this is what it says. Department of Magical Creature Adoption. This is file number GRG009. This is 004, and then this is 007 for Drift. So they're all different. Hatchling Intake Summary. So this is Petal, and she's been approved for, oh, I'm out of frame. She's been approved for keeper placement. Her hatch date was April 27th, 2025. Her species type is Blush Wing Sparkle Flame. And her favorite food is rose petal cupcakes. She's known for falling asleep mid-sentence. And her temperament is that she's a sleepy snuggler. So this is just a super fun project especially for little ones, or if you just love dragons, that would be fun. Okay, now we're gonna do Flicker. And I think I'm gonna turn this center stage thing off because I'm not loving it. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so here's Flicker. And Flicker is a little bit older, born March 2nd. Some back to school ones would be fun. So I should have done that on the other one too. Okay. Now the Yoo-Hoo stick is really good. Also for like, if you want to move it around, or if you have a kiddo doing this project, this would be a really great glue stick to use. I would not use like the regular, what is the one with that's purple? We buy them and we use them all the time here for school, but for this project that's going to kind of be opened and closed a lot, I probably would not use those because those tend to wear out over time and they they separate from whatever you glued down. So I would not use the little purple disappearing one. So that is all I'm going to glue in. And now, oh wait, no, I am going to glue these. So then I have these. Okay, so Flicker was born March 2nd, and then Drift is a little bit older, and he was born February 12th. And he's a sky scale nibbler, and his favorite food is toasted marshmallows, and he gets stuck in mailboxes, and he has a shy but sweet temperament. And then Flicker is a twilight puffwing, and you can see Flicker has like a lot of like little lights around, and the favorite food is frosted blueberries. He or she, I don't know, this is purple, known for sneaking bedtime stories into everyone's nest, and the temperament is curious with a touch of mischief. So I have created these adorable little family photos of them together, and it kind of shows a little bit of their temperament, and there's some indoors and some outdoors. Here's them making something in the kitchen. Sorry, I have a new microphone and it picks up a lot of stuff. Here's them playing in the clothesline, and outside catching fireflies, and bedtime stories. Here's another bedtime. They're in the crib, and then bath time. So what I think I'm going to do for these is you could, if you want these to be a little bit thicker, I created them all going in the same direction, but you could put them like this and then you would just flip it around. I'm dropping in to say that I actually fixed this before I recorded this video, but I did not print new versions. So you have pieces that are back to back and they will go the right direction. You don't have to flip them upside down. Like this. You could do that. I'm not going to do that, but you could if you wanted to. So all these do is they fold up. You're going to put your certificate of adoption for each one, and it has their picture on it. And it says this certifies that whatever your name is has officially adopted Flicker, a lavender twilight puffwing hatchling from the nursery wing. So the adoption certificate is removable. So it goes in there, and that way you can take it in and out and look after you've adopted. And then you can include some goodies. So I've given you a lot of little, these could be friends, whatever kind of story you want to tell with this. These could be their friends. Then you could make a little, you could add these to the outside if you wanted to. There is a pink one for Petal that you could add to the outside. There's a blue one for Drift, and I think the other one I created, the other one I created was green. So you can use them for whatever. Little Dragon, Big Dreams. And you could do that. I am going to tuck in some little, their little dragon egg picture here. So I'm going to put that over here. And I'm going to put Drift's certificate of adoption here. And then I'm going to put in a couple of family photos here. So I'm going to put one there. And let's get this one of Drift being really cute. Oh, here he's waving. I'm going to put that in here. And this can be something where you could tell a story like this, they adopted him or they're going to adopt him, and so you've included some family photos. This could be such a great tool for family adoption. Just sharing that little special element of your family. And a little picture here of Petal. Let's include a little fussy cut of Petal. This could be something that maybe the adoption agency keeps this one on hand, and Petal takes the rest with her to her new family. And let's get her little certificate of adoption here. I'm going to include this here. And I'm going to kind of mix and match my word art, I think. She's so sparkly. I'm going to include this one on her. So I'm going to glue this down. So let's see, this is really handy. It's chunky too. There's people racing outside of my house. And we've got Flicker. We've got the adoption certificate in there for Flicker. Let's put his little dragon egg. Let's put a couple of his friends in here. And let's include, I love this. I love how this one turned out. So let's put that in there. So, and you could glue this down so nothing slides in between, because right now it's not glued down, so you may want to do that. See how that goes all the way through. It's just technically like a real file folder. I'm gonna put those in there. My kids said this one looks like somebody from How to Train Your Dragon. I do not know which one, but I did make him and then played around with his eye color because they were like, oh, that looks like so-and-so. Let's put this one here. Little Dragon, Big Dreams. We're gonna put that on the outside of there, and then we're gonna tuck them into our file folder, accordion file folder cover. And then we've got Drift here. We can throw in some extra things here. There's a drift. And we'll put his, I say his, but one of my girls loves blue too, and some boys wear pink. It really honestly doesn't matter. They're little dragons. I'm gonna tuck that in there. And we will have a family photo here for the file as a whole. And then, like I said, this would be really fun to put as a 3D. I think I'll ink the edges of that. And I'm gonna glue that one on. Well, I don't really like the stamped look. Let's see, where do I want to put that? Maybe I want to put it here, like it's the tab of the file folder. So it's just going to stick out right over the top here. In one of my last videos, the dryer, Alexa told us that the dryer had gone off, so it did that right before I started recording, which was kind of funny. And so that's it. You've got your Tiny Roars nursery file with your 3 different little baby dragons in there. And again, this construction of this is the exact same no matter the theme. So this is probably the only video that I will do on the construction of the file folder. But again, it's the same. So you can use it. There's not a lot to this product as far as pieces. So it's an easy thing to put together, easy and fast. Perfect for a little gift too, would be super fun. Hope you'd enjoy this. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Bye.